Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir,
What did I discuss in last class? So what I discussed in last class?
Regular expression, quick guide, grouping with parentheses.
Thing with parenthesis. Okay, then what else I discussed?
steps to using regular expressions in Python, sir.
That was day before yesterday. Okay. Okay. What about in last class, sir? In yesterday's class, sir?
Pipe character.
Pipe character. What is the purpose of pipe character?
Or
Or operation. Okay. So what is question mark? What is question mark? What is the purpose of question mark character?
Checks whether number is there or not.
Checks, sir?
Checks whether the number is there or not.
Not only number, anything it may be. It may be any character, whether it is present or absent. Presence or absence of a character, which may be a number, which may be alphabet, or which may be some special character, whatever it is, right? So absence or presence of some character. Okay. So that is done with a question mark.
Question.
Right. So yesterday we were discussing up to we discussed up to question mark, right? So we'll take more on that question mark first, and then we'll go with the next one. Okay. Yesterday I took an example of matching with 3 on 13, right? Okay. So let's share the screen. Okay, so yesterday I was discussing the question mark is basically to match either 0 or 1 occurrence of a previous pattern. The previous pattern can be either a letter, or it can be a number, or it can be any special character. Okay, whatever it may be. So anything that occurs before can occur once or can occur 0 times, right? So here I have taken an example of matching with 3 or 13, right? So let us see that example, right? So now first create a regular expression object. So, but before that, first import the package re, then create a regular expression object. So that is re.compile, then the raw text. So now, see, I was just writing yesterday. I was writing 1 followed by question mark followed by 3. Right, this was the pattern I had written. So, but which was matching even 23 also. Right? Am I correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this was matching 3, this was matching even 13, this was even matching for the 23 and other numbers also, right? So, but if you want to restrict, either it should match 3 or 13 only, 3 or 13 only, then what you can do here, you can use 2 more meta characters here, that is beginning with either presence of 1 or absence of 1. So this caret symbol as indicates here, it's a beginning, starts with, okay, starts with either presence of 1, this 1 question mark indicates presence of 1 or absence of 1. Then again, after 3, there should not be any other character. After 3, there should not be any other characters. Then what you can do is, you can use a dollar symbol. So this dollar indicates here ends with, mean that, so ends with 3. So this data ends with 3. Did you get this one? Caret symbol and dollar symbol. 2 more meta characters I brought into screen now, right? So one is the caret symbol, which indicates starts with. what it is, what starts, what is the starting with, right? It starts with this one question mark. That means either presence of one or absence of one. Then what is this one? Dollar. The dollar indicates here ends with. So what it ends with then? So ends with either ends with 3. Ends with 3. So mean that if you use this pattern now, then you see here, if I try to search for the pattern here now, okay, search of like, now I'll write here 3, right? Now look at here, if I execute group function, then I'm going to get here 3, right? Similarly, if I execute with 13, then I'm going to get the result code as 13, right? But if I try to execute this with 23 now, let us see here now what will happen now, right? Did you get this one now? Like this, if I write here 33, even if I write 33, then again it will give error message. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Because what
Yes,
is the
sir.
question mark? What is
Yes,
this
sir.
caret symbol indicates here? The caret symbol is telling that either the data should start with 1 or should have absence of 1. Getting my point? One question mark indicates here starts with 1 or ends with 1. Sorry, starts with 1 or absence of 1. Right. So, but so here this 3, yes, it is the absence of 1. Yeah. So it should be accepted as valid. Here it starts with 1. It should be accepted. But here it starts with 2. So it should be rejected. So here it starts with 3. So it should be rejected here now. Likewise, suppose you see here now. I'll write here another one. Right. Now I'll write here 1, 3, 4. Now will it match?
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
Why it will not match?
It should end with dollar.
The data should end with the 3 only. The data should end with 3 only, because here I written after 3 I have written here dollar symbol. The dollar symbol indicates here end with 3. Okay, end with 3. The data should end with 3. So, but here the data is now 1, 3, 4. So since that is 1, 3, 4, it is not going to, right? So even if I take a 2-digit data only, like 1, 4, if I take 1, 4, now again this will give error message. Right? Did you get the idea? Now question mark.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, let us take one more example to understand this question mark here. Suppose I want to read a integer number, 4-digit integer number, or I want to read a floating point number. Mean my pattern should allow me to read either integer number or should allow me to read the floating point number. Then what's the difference between integer number and floating point number? Hello? Hello all. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Then what did I ask? What did I ask?
Difference between integer and floating point.
See what's the my requirement is now to match. I want to write a pattern that matches either integer number of 4-digit or it matches the floating point number. Right? See, for example, if I enter 1, 2, 3, 4, it should match because it's a 4-digit integer number. Or suppose if I enter 1.2.34, so now it is 5-digit data. So, but the dot is there in the data, so it should match again. It should match here, right? 12.34 should be matched, right? So if this is the case, now what is the pattern you want to write here, right? Likewise, another data. I'll take another example like 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an integer number, 4-digit integer number. It should match now. Likewise, if I enter 34.56, then it should match because it's a floating point number now. Mean either my pattern should allow me to read either integer number or it should allow me to read floating point number, right? But in case if I enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should not allow me. It should not allow me, right? Even though it is an integer number, it should not accept, it should not take it as valid, right? That's the pattern I want here. That's the pattern, that kind of pattern I want here now. Right. Likewise, if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12.345, right? Then should be prevented. Right? Are you getting my point? For what I want the pattern is?
Yes, sir.
Now, so how you write here then? How you write here? See here. See, look into the integer value and the floating point value here. What is there and what is not there here in integer and floating point number?
Decimal, sir.
Decimal,
Decimal point. Decimal point. Not decimal. Decimal point. Correct. Right. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 12.34. That is decimal point is present here. Here decimal point is absent here. Right. Here also, if I take this data, here in 3, 4, 5, 6, decimal point is absent. Here in this example, the decimal point is present. Now, can I use here for this kind of data? Can I use question mark? Does question mark helps me here?
Yes, sir.
One Amulya. What about others? Does question mark helps me or not here?
Yes, sir.
What is basically
Yes,
question
sir.
mark? See here, question mark, the definition of question mark is 0 or 1 occurrence. So mean that in the integer number, so dot is occurring 0 times. In the floating point number, the dot is occurring 1 time, right? Hello, you are there,
Yes,
right?
Sir.
You.
Yes,
sir.
All of you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Let us now write the pattern for that. So what pattern you write? You tell me. What pattern you are going to write for this one now? Right. So what you are going to write now? Sorry. Right. Yes. Now write the pattern. So to match a digit, what is the pattern? How you match a digit? In last classes, I already taken all those examples.
Slash
Match
D.
a digit.
Slash D. Sir. Slash D, sir.
Slash D you can use, or you can use the character class. This is the slash D is also character class. You can use another type of character class is 0 to 9, right? Any digit between 0 to 9, right? So this you can use, or you can use this one, right? Now how many occurrences you want?
4.
4 digit, right? But if I write 4 here directly, then what about the decimal point? What about decimal point? Where will include the decimal point? Right, in my
So
example.
2 occurrence.
So that's why. So what I'll do here now, I'll take 2 digits first, right? Then I want to match a presence or absence of a dot after 2 digits, right? I want to limit myself to the 2 digits followed by a presence or absence of decimal point followed by another 2 digits. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
Now to match a dot, so you can't write directly this dot, right? Because it is again another meta character. Dot itself is another meta character. Later you'll study that one, which is going to match any character except new line. Dot is going to match any single character except new line. So that's why to match dot. So what I'll do, I'll escape it with a backslash. Because any meta character that if you want to match, yesterday I already discussed. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. To match a special character like meta character in the pattern, then you have to escape it with a backslash. So that's why I written here backslash dot. Then again I'll write a slash D followed by 2. Right. Now, so this is going to match here. Like see here, first there will be 2 digits followed by either presence or absence of dot, followed by another 2 digits. Right. Now see this, will this pattern work as per our requirement? right? If not, then what changes we need to do? I'll tell you again. So I'm not addressing all the points at the same time, right? One by one I'll address now, right? Now go for matching for the text here now, right? R dot search, right? Now I'll write the 1, 2, 3, 4. Will it match? Sorry, will it match now? Look at here now. R dot search.
So for that question mark, if you not looking.
Yeah, question mark I didn't write. No, sorry. Right. Okay. Right. After this question dot, I must put a question mark. So then only it is treated as either presence or absence of dot. Right. Okay. Now, right. So now this time, if I execute this mo.go, now look at it. It is matching with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll do this one, 12.34. This time I'll search for 12.34. Now it is going to match 12.34, right? But if I specify more than 4 digits, will it match or will it show error message?
Error.
Error, sir.
Error, sir.
Error, sir.
Look at here, what's happening here now. So 12.345, right? It is matching for the first this. Okay, so because what happens here, this pattern is going to match the 12.34, right? That is longest possible match. The longest possible match for this one is this 12.34. So this was excluded, right? This was excluded. But what happens, you see here, right? If I specify less than that, like 12.3, if I write 12.3, now this is not going to match here. Look at here now. It is going to show the error message because what is there here? There must be 2 digits before decimal point, and after decimal point, there must be another 2 digits. Are you getting my point? Before decimal point, there must be 2 digits. After decimal point, there must be 2 digits. So that's why here, what it did here in this example, before decimal point, there were 2 digits. After decimal point, it has matched to only 2 decimal digits. The next data are just ignored, right? But here there was less in number. Okay, the less number of digits were there, so it didn't match for that, right? Likewise, even if it go with the integer number like 123, if I write just 123, now again this will be an error. So mean it is not going to match this one. But similarly, if I write more number of characters like this one, right, it is going to match 4 digits. It is going to match the first 4 digits. Look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you want to limit yourself, if you want to limit the data to only 4 character length or 5 character length. If it is an integer number, then it is a 4 character length, and if it is a floating point number, then 5 character length, because dot is included in the data. So if you want to limit to that, so then what you can do is, so here what you can do is, so look at here, so just you can put here this one, that is beginning with digits, 2 digits, beginning with 2 digits, right? Then end with another 2 digits. Getting my point? Earlier also I explained that one, caret and dollar. Caret indicates beginning of the data, dollar indicates end of the data, right? So now if I write this one, now look at here, for this one it will show the error message now, right? Just check out this one. Now see here, earlier it was matching, look at here, in the previous execution it was matching for this 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But the same with this pattern, now it is not matching. Did you get the idea?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes,
here
sir.
I say three meta characters. One is the question mark. It is the absence or presence of a data, right? It may be any character, either its presence or absence will be detected, right? And this caret symbol indicates beginning with this one, that is number of 2 digits. Then here in this case, dollar indicates ends with. So what it ends with? Ends with 2 digits. right? Likewise, anything can be taken. Here I taken with respect to digits. It is not like you should use it with only digits. It can be even alphabets, or it can be even with some special characters, or whatever it may be. Okay, getting my point?
Yes,
Marvelous. Just I'll cover here one more example.
Yes, sir.
I'll cover one more example here. Look at here. So just I'll write beginning with hello. So this is the text. This is the pattern I want to match here now. Right? Beginning with hello. Right? Now what I'm going to do here, just I'll search for the text which begins with hello or not. Hello world. Right? Right. Now, if I execute this group function, right, let us see here. Hello. Yes, begin mean here whether the sentence begins with hello or not, I'm matching, because my pattern is beginning with hello. Right? Yes, this sentence is beginning with hello. Similarly, suppose if I execute this one, sorry, if I execute this one like this, I world. Right. Now what will happen? Will it match?
No, sir.
Yes, will not match because now the sentence is not beginning with a hello. Did you get the idea of caret symbol?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
There is a purpose. There is another purpose of this caret symbol. I'll tell you that one with the character class. Later I'll explain with the character class. I don't want to confuse here itself. Later with the character class, I'll take that part into execution. Right? So did you get the dollar symbol, caret symbol, and the question mark? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಈ ಮೂರು symbol?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, next one now. That is star. The star symbol. So what is this star symbol here? So it's another meta character which is going to match 0 or more occurrences of a previous pattern. 0 or more occurrences of a previous pattern. What does it mean here? So what does it mean here? Okay, let us see with the example here now. So take a example, right? Now simple, and right here I want to start mean like a m. I'll write just m followed by star. Now what is the meaning of this one? If I write just m star, what is the meaning of this one? Star basically matches the 0 or more occurrences of a previous pattern, right? What is the previous pattern here? What is the previous pattern?
M.
Mean 0 or more occurrences of m. It is going to match 0 or more occurrences of m. That means either null data, it is going to match with the null data empty, or it is going to match with 1 m means single character m, or 2 character m, 3 character m, or so on, n number of characters of m. Are you getting? Let us see with the example here. Try to understand with the execution. So let us search, right? Just I'll write a empty now, right? Now this group function will return with a empty because 0 occurrences of m. Yes, in this data 0 occurrences of m is there, correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This
sir.
example, now in this example, how many occurrences of m are there?
One, sir.
Only one occurrence. Yes, it is matching with that one. Now what I'll do here, I'll take with this one. See, now this time it is going to match the entire text. That is, so number of occurrences here, like how many are there? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 occurrences of m are there. Either 0 occurrences or more number of occurrences of the previous character. That is, previous character here is m, right? So 0 or more occurrences of m is detected by this particular pattern here. Did you get this one? Let us change the example here. Let's change the example, right? Now what I'll do, I'll take here 0 to 9, then followed by star. Now what is this one, you tell me? What is this pattern? Can you tell me what is this pattern? Now I taken 0 to 9, character class of 0 to 9 followed by star. Yes, so this is going to match a single digit, right? This is going to match a single digit. This is going to match single digit between 0 to 9, right? 0 to 9, then followed by star is there. That means 0 or more occurrences of a digit, right? 0 or more occurrences of a digit. That means, yeah, it can accept empty data, or it can accept single digit data. It can accept 2-digit data, 3-digit data, 4-digit data, or any number of digits of data. Did you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us understand with the example here now, right? Mo, then execute with the search function, right? Search function, then then just give empty, right? Now this time it is going to give us empty return, right? So suppose if we execute with the just 1, right, it is going to match with the 1, right? If I execute with the 0 1, then 2-digit data it is. So now this time it is matching with the 2-digit data, right? Like this I will execute now this one, right? It is going to match 0-digit length, 0 digits data, 1-digit data, 2-digit data, 3-digit data, and so on, right? So this star indicates here it is 0 or more occurrences of a previous pattern, previous character, right? Which may be anything, right? So is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Suppose if
Yes,
you
sir.
want to match, right? If it is at least 0 times, at least 0. Can we call this as a star is at least 0 occurrences? At least 0 occurrences. 0 or more means can it be called it as at least 0 occurrences? At least 0.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Likewise,
Yes, sir.
if I want at least 1 occurrences, minimum 1 occurrence should be there, or more than 1 occurrence should be there. So then for that you can go with the another symbol called as plus. Plus symbol is basically to match 1 or more occurrences. In place of here, you see, in place of star, if I put here, in place of star, if I put plus here, then it is nothing but 1 or more occurrences of a digit, 1 or more occurrences of digit, because here I have taken the pattern, previous pattern is digit here, the previous pattern is digit. So 1 or more occurrences of digit. So now let us see here. Now this example, right? Now will it produce any result for this one? Will it produce any result for this one? I'm
No, sir.
matching with the empty. I'm matching with empty. Will it match?
Sir. No, sir.
No, it is going to give error message because at least 1 occurrence of a digit must be there. 1 occurrence of digit must be there, but there is no occurrences here. There are no occurrences. It's empty data. So star. So you should think whether you want 0 occurrences or you want 1 occurrences, minimum 0 occurrences or minimum 1 occurrences. If you want minimum 0 occurrences, then you have to use the star symbol. If you want minimum 1 occurrences, then you have to use plus symbol, right? Then likewise you go with the other examples like here. So 1-digit data, as this time it will match because it is 1-digit data, right? Likewise you go with the 0 1 something like this, right? Then it is going to match with the. Did you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Where you can apply this one? See, try to understand. Suppose if you are reading a data, user inputs, if you are reading user inputs, right? In that case, suppose if you want to check with the data, so if you want to read, for example, if you want to read 3-digit input number from the user, then what you can do, you can go with this kind of pattern matching, right? You can cross check whether the data entered is of 3-digit or not, right? If it is not 3-digit data, then you can ask the user to re-enter the data. If it is 3-digit data, then you can accept it as a valid data. So mean for the validation purpose, basically these kind of pattern matching, I'm not telling, so mean these can be used only for this kind of sample examples. So basically these regular expressions are used for pattern matching, mean like data validation. Data validation. Usually when you do registration form, I already explained that one. When you do registration form, you usually do validation of data, whether the data provided by the user are correct or incorrect. So for such cases, for such applications, you can use this pattern matching concepts. Are you getting where you can apply this?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So now one more here. I already discussed this one, but still I will go with more on this. That is repetitions. Number of repetitions, right? With the curly brackets. Matching specific repetitions with the curly brackets. So just I was discussing in with the occurrences like the slash d with the curly brackets 2, right? So we'll take example, one more example, and I'll tell you this. So just if I write this one, d question mark 3. So sorry, d slash d with the curly brackets 3. So then what is this one? Just I was telling no 3-digit data. If you want to read 3-digit data, right? So this will work for you. Okay, slash d with the curly brackets 3. So mean that this curly brackets indicates here how many occurrences of a previous character should. Okay, so this indicates the slash curly brackets 3 indicates here this slash d has to occur 3 times, minimum 3 times, right? So has to occur 3 times. So that is this one. Okay. Right. Then to search for the pattern, right? Just you can go with again as usual what we did previous, like 1, 2, 3, right? Now it is going to read the data of 3-digit. Right. So suppose if you enter more number, so mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like more than 3 digits data, then it is going to take only first 3 digits. It is going to take only first 3 digits, right? So that's why. So what addition you can do for this one here? Repetition, specific repetitions. We look at here now. So I'll add one more here. I'll put a comma and then I'll put another number here. That is fine. Now what is this one now? If I write like this, what is this one now? If I write curly brackets of 3, I was just telling you it was just a 3 times a digit is to occur. 3 times the digit is to be repeated, right? But if I write this way, 3,5, then what is this one? What is this one? So here second integer number tells here, so first integer number tells here the minimum occurrences and the second digit indicates maximum occurrences, right? That mean here when you use 2 digits, when you use 2 numbers between in the curly braces, in the curly brackets, so that indicates, then it indicates, so the first integer number is the minimum number of occurrences and the second one is the maximum number of occurrences. That mean here the slash d can occur between 3 to 5 times. Can occur between 3 to 5 times. Mean 3 occurrences, 3-digit data will be accepted, 4-digit data will be accepted, even 5-digit data also will be accepted here. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's understand with the example now, right? Data search function, right? Now I'll write here 1, 2, 3, right? Now mo dot group. Yes, it is accepted because it is a 3-digit data. Now I'll write here 4-digit data. So now this time it is going to match the 4-digit data, right? Now if I write a 5-digit data, then it is going to take a 5-digit data, right? Like for example, if I write less than that, now look at here, it is not going to match the data because minimum occurrences are 3. Minimum occurrences are 3, maximum occurrences are 5, right? So but if you write more than 5 digits, if you write more than 5 digits, then what will happen?
Error, sir.
Not an error.
Nothing 5 digits.
Huh? What is the maximum occurrence here? Maximum occurrence is 5. So the longest
5.
possible match is 5. So first 5 digits will be matched for this one. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So you are going to get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as output. If you have less than that, less than minimum occurrences, it is going to give error message. But if you have more than that, mean maximum, more than maximum occurrences, then it is limit to maximum occurrences. Did you get this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Right. So here I taken another example like fifth. Within parenthesis are written here, within parenthesis. Okay. Instead of just telling with only like numbers, I'll go with another example here. All right. Let us take here another example. Right. Then okay. Right. So this time I'll go to take here. So your class sem. Right. Fifth sem. Right. So this I want to repeat. Fifth. I want to repeat for 3 times, for example. Right. So then I'll end with this then. Right. So now mo equals to then r dot search. Right. Now I'll write fifth. Okay. I'll write fifth. Then I'll write fifth. Right. So 3 times now fifth has been written. So now if I execute this one, now look at here. It's going to match the occurrences of fifth. Right. So mean it can be anything. This before this curly brackets can be anything. It may be a single digit data, or it may be another pattern, or it may be another character, whatever it is. So that pattern is going to repeat for the specified number of times. So that pattern here is the pattern is fifth, which is enclosed in group, right? So this fifth is going to repeat for 3 times. Going to repeat for 3 times. Right. If I just write here, okay, just if I write here, right, just like m, then it's 3, right? Or I'll write just 5 times. Okay. Now what it is going to match now? What is going to match? 5 times m. Sorry, 5 times m. Look at here now. It is going to match 5 times m. It may be anything before curly brackets. There can be anything. So just immediate previous pattern will be repeated for the specified number of times. Right. Suppose you see here, if I have am, sorry, just take here another example just to clarify this. Right. If I have am 5, then what will be the result? What it is going to match? What it is going to match? Is it going to match am 5 times, or it is going to match a followed by 5 m's? Hello? Is it going to match this one a followed by 5 m's, or is it going to match am? This one.
A followed by m time.
Sorry?
A
A
followed
followed by
A followed by 5 m's.
m.
Right.
5 m's.
Let us understand with the output here. Right. Now if I write this one, right, what happens you see here now? If I execute this group function, it is going to give the error message now. So why? Because you see here, so this curly brackets is preceded with m. Is preceded with mean immediate previous character for this curly brackets is m. That means m will match for 5 occurrences. M will repeat for 5 times. Right. It is going to match a repetition of m for 5 times, not am. But I'll tell you another one. So, but first try to understand this one. Then I'll go for another example on the same. Right. Right. So here now this time I'll remove this a. Right. A followed by 5 m's. Now this time you execute group function. It's going to give a followed by 5 m's. Is that clear now?
yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I want to repeat am 5 times,